The doctor and we passed the critical stage, but he's still not stable. We need to run some more tests, more and since the impact of pressure, especially to his head, and we expect he may suffer from loss or worse. From now, we will transfer him to there. The doctor about to leave when he paused and looked away. Doctor softly before he lost consequence. He called your name, Jungkook. Jungkook heart fluttered as he heard those words. He stepped back, his body trembled with emotion. Everyone saw deeply knowing it wasn't over at Jungkook ran his hand thought in head in frustration and fear. He felt so powerless, unable to do anything to help them. Father found Jungkook, you need to go to him. He needs you right now. We can talk about everything once the home is stable. There is no time to blame right now. We must be strong from him. Categorically, what Tehun need now is his parents. You are his boyfriend, but we are his family. Tehun father sadly to his wife. We should never have let Tehun meet you. This is partly our fault too. Jungkook, Tehun mom continued to cry and she was led away by her husband Kai, watching them live in bed of his own guilt suffocating him. His withdrawal from the past had led to everything they were facing now. Young Benjamin left, promised to return the next day. Children David accompanied Tehun's parents, concerned for Tehun's mother. Namjoon and Jin went to get some food and bring Jungkook change for clothes. They were worried about their friend who was completely messed. They even had to force him to drink some water. The sound of the whipping machine filled the room, indicating that Tehun was still fighting. Jungkook stayed at his side, crossing his boyfriend's face, whispering sweet words for love. Jungkook softly thought his tears, you still look handsome, baby. Wake up soon, please. I'll be here waiting for you. Tehun hand gently, his tears falling fairly. He steadied by his side, crying, not noticing that he had fallen asleep until someone guiding tapped on his awake. It was Namjoon asking him to eat. Namjoon softly, Jungkook, you need to eat something. You haven't eaten since the morning. Auntie Yeonji is waiting outside for you. Jungkook exchanged, still holding Tehun's hand. I'm fine, Namjoon. I'll eat later. I just need to be here with him. Namjoon insisted, Jungkook, you have to take care of yourself too. Please, for Tehun's sake. Jungkook hesitated but eventually stood up, kissing Tehun's forehead before stepping out of the room to eat something. His mother was waiting for him outside, her face full of concern. She had witnessed the pain Jungkook had gone through even from left him, and now she feared that if Jungkook lost Tehun, it would be the end for him. Jungkook mom hugging him tightly, my son, please don't do this yourself. You have to be strong. Tehun need you. You have to take care of yourself too. Jungkook sobbing quietly into her shoulder, overwhelmed by everything. Fran watched them quietly, feeling a bitter pain in his heart, knowing that Jungkook missed someone and as she had been the one to leave him and they passed and Tehun was still unconscious. Jungkook never failed to speak to him, whispering words of love and kissing his forehead and hands. He refused to leave his side, neglecting his own needs. His brain hand started to grow. His hair were a mess. His friends were becoming more worried about him. Namjoon family, Jungkook, get a hold of yourself. Do you think Tehun would want to see you like this? Please, you need to take care of yourself. Go outside for a bit, eat something, please. Jungkook frustrated, hugging Tehun's arm. I told you I won't leave him. I'm scared that if I leave even for a minute, he might be good. I can't risk it. Namjoon and Jin exchanged a glance, but before they could say anything else, they noticed something incredible. Tehung heartbeat was gradually becoming stronger and his life machine were beeping faster. Jungkook desperately holding Tehung's hand. Tehung, please come back. I'm here. I'm waiting for you. I need you. Slowly Tehung's eyes opened. Tehung weakly. Jungkook cried with relief, holding his boyfriend hand tightly. Yes, baby, I'm here. I'm here. I'm waiting for you. Jungkook leaned down to kiss Tehung's lips while motioning for the doctor to proceed with their examining. Tehung's life was now slowly coming back as if heart was fighting for the love and they said. They passed again. Tehung could slowly sit up with Jungkook's help. They would glance each other, but Tehung never asked anything. They ate together, but Tehung never spoke or called Jungkook's name. Never Jungkook was feeding him, but Tehung could only open his mouth to take the food, slightly staring at him. Jungkook, who was observing him coldly, could tell there were many questions built up in Tehung's mind. Jungkook, do you want to talk to me? Tehung stayed positive. Jungkook, it is bad. He looked down at his leg and swore and scared. Jungkook noticed who they were, but to be honest with Tehung about everything. Jungkook knows it's not bad, but it's important that you know the truth. Tehung stayed looking and so finally said yes. Jungkook's eyes widened inside, but he happy. Jungkook, at that time I met with my ex to finally end up things and get a proper closure, but you saw us and then you quickly left the place. I should follow you, but by the time I did, you were already gonna try reaching out, but I couldn't find you. And then we found out you had an accident and now you are here. Jungkook was quick and held in her heart, trying to keep his emotion in his cheek. Jungkook, I'm sorry, baby, it's my fault. I'm sorry for yourself, baby, I love you. Jungkook smiles happy, his eyes filled with tears. I love you too, my love. Months passed by and Tehung recovered quickly thanks to Jungkook's help. The man was like a personal bodyguard, assistant and private nurse all in one. Jungkook never let Tehung out of his sight forever as a few minutes. The doctor finally allowed them to leave the hospital since Tehung had been doing so well with his therapy. All his tests came back and fine too. Jungkook suggested they stay at Tehung's parents' house for now since his condo was still under Tehung, but Jungkook smiled warmly, taking his boyfriend's hand. Jungkook, no baby, we are going to live there for a little while. My condo is under Jungkook leaned and kissed Tehung's lips, gently returning him to his touch. When they arrived at Tehung's parents' house, Tehung looked around the new surroundings. The house was warm and living, filled with the scent of flowers. He could feel the love from the people around him. His mother took his hand and guided him to sit down on the couch. She was teary-eyed, happy to have her son back. The flower around the house read to comfort for the moment. Tehung's mother, son, what do you want to eat? I'll make whatever you want. You haven't had your favorite food since you stay in the hospital. Tehung smiled at her. Tehung, I'm sorry, but I don't really know what I feel like eating. How about our surprise, Mom? He pulled into a light hug and his mother burst into tears. Tehung stroked his hair, whispering comfortably to her. Tehung, okay now, Mom. I'm Allah and I'm sorry for everything. Please don't worry about me. Jungkook, who had been watching them, exchanged a glance with Tehung's father. They both felt the weight of the moment, but were grateful that Tehung was safe. That night, after a delicious dinner, Tehung's parents led the couple to Tehung's room. Tehung's mother, we didn't change anything in your room, son, just the rest for the night. Love you so much. Tehung, love you too, Mom. He hugged her again and kissed her cheeks. Taehoon father stood quietly and connected a smile on his face. He didn't need to stay much. His sincerity was all that mattered. Taehoon father, goodness, and I'm so happy you are here with us. I love you. Taehoon smiled warmly and his father as the older couple closed the door behind them, but as the door clinked shut, Taehoon felt his heart race butterfly filled his stomach, and the excitement grew wider inside him as he turned to face Jungkook. I love you, but I will make you happy and safe for the rest of our lives. Then unexpected visitor was sitting in the living room holding his wife's hand. Jungkook, I think this is not the right time to talk. We just got out the hospital and I don't want him to be stressed out. Okay, we are here to bid goodbye for the last time. Jungkook, please allow me to just talk to my brother for the one last time. Kay was so filled with regret. He had caused so much pain to his brother and he didn't feel like he deserved to stay. Taehoon's brother, his voice trembled slightly. Taehoon's parents were silent. His mother was filled with tears. He stood in front of Taehoon, then Kinnor and down there 3 times. His head bent low. He did the same to his parents. Say, I'm sorry for all the pain. I'm not a good brother for you. I hurt you. I felt you carried out of the responsibility that were meant for me, and I left you and our parents for the woman I love. I caused you too much pain. You and Jungkook. I'm so sorry. I will leave again, and this time I will never come back to ruin your life. Always remember that I love you so much. Kai was broken. Tears streamed down his face. He couldn't bring himself to look into Taehoon's eyes. Taehoon, you left. You are living again. Taehoon was trembled as he looked at his brother. His heart urging. Taehoon, we can start over again as a family. Taehoon's eyes lifted with tears, hoping for a second chance. Taehoon, I just want to forget everything that caused all this pain and trouble for us. We can face everything and be a family again. You don't have to leave. Your family is here. Taehoon said, his voice short but filled with hope as he looked at Kai, him not to go. Kai cried harder, nodding in agreement. He didn't want to leave again, but the thought of causing more pain made him feel like he had no place here. From who had cried silently, hugging her husband and comforting him. Jungkook, he looked at Taehoon in awe, amazed by how Taehoon was handling everything. He didn't know if he was loving an angel or a human, but he was so grateful to have Taehoon in his life. Kai stood up and walked towards their parents, apologizing repeatedly. He hugged them, tears from his eyes, feeling sorry for everything he had done wrong. Looked at Jungkook and nodded at him, gladly thanking him for everything. Taehoon, he stood there staring at them, his own tears in his eyes. Jungkook gently wiped them away, kissing his forehead and guided him towards their room. Closed by Taehoon stood in front of his brother and hugged him tightly. Taehoon, stay okay, don't leave us again. Taehoon was filled with so much emotion that it made everyone in the room cry. Their friend who had been watching them outside smiled at each other with tears in eyes. Later at the balcony in their room, Taehoon stood alone, feeling the silence in the house. Jungkook hadn't spoken much since that morning, and everyone in the house seems to have disappeared. Taehoon felt a growing impatience in his chest and sadness being accompanied in a sudden knock on the door brought him back to reality. He opened it to find Namjoon and Jin holding a bunch of sunflower with white and blue baby birds. They were glaring at him. Namjoon, get down with us. Taehoon took a weird and calm smile and closed the door behind him and followed his friend The frog was caught with rage, rose petal leaning him toward the sun and gave this way to your beloved. Tehang Sri Krishna smiled at that. Midway down the path, Namjoon and Jin stopped heading. They ran over to Jimin and Yongi to reassure him and stopped the way. Tehang, seriously, what is all this? He asked, smiling, but Jimin and Yongi pretended not to hear anything, both going from ear to ear. At the center of the garden, there stood Jungkook, smiling and looking effortlessly handsome in his white polo shirt and black jeans. He waved at him teasingly. Tehang, what are you up? Tehang asked unexpectedly, his face turning bright red when he realized what he had just said. Everyone brushed ardent laughter at him, wished he could disappear in that moment, but Jungkook just grinned and composed himself. Jungkook walked towards Tehang and gently on his lip when Kina in front of him. Tehang stared at him confused. Jungkook, I don't want to waste any moment, baby. I want to ask you this question a long time ago, but the situation didn't allow it. Now I want you to be mine official. I want to tell everyone that you are mine and time mine alone. So, baby, please marry me. Jungkook was filled with emotion, his eyes shining with tears. He opened a small box to reveal and ring and held it out to Tehang. Tehang stood there, shocked, unable to believe what was happening. He had been worried all day that something was wrong, but this moment was more that he could have hoped for. His tears started falling, but they were tears of happiness. Tehang, baby, Jungkook called him softly. Jin nodded. Tehang let him kindle for 2 hours, Jin said, teasingly making Jungkook glare at him. Jin asked him if that ring is pure gold. Tehang, Jin said, laughing. Jungkook glared at everyone, his patience wearing thin, but Tehang smiled, looking at his parents who were nodding at him. Then he glared at Jungkook's parents who were also nodding eagerly. Ken and Farrell smiled at him and nodded, hugging each other. Tehang looked around, seeing his friends are waiting for him to say something. Finally turned to Jungkook, who was waiting anxiously. Tehang, yes, I love you. I will marry you, Tehang answered. And everyone chased. Jungkook stood up, took Tehang's hand, slid the ring into his middle finger and kissed it before pulling Tehang into a bassinet. Jin, I think I'll be having a nightmare tonight, Jin said, but his boyfriend will him now. Shut up, Jung said, but then he was hugged by Jin. No one noticed the newly engaged couple quietly slipping away to being here. Perhaps the logic situation was just the thing to heal a broken soul, to mend a broken heart. Taekook wedding day. The warm golden light of the afternoon sun shining on the giant family, big background decorated beautiful with white flower, golden light, and soft pink curtain. The air was filled the sweet scent of the rose and jasmine, and the soft music played in the background. Youngie looked at the crowd with his hand in his pocket. Youngie, it still felt like dream. Tehang is really getting married today. Jimin smiled beside him, wearing a light blue suit. Jimin, he looks so happy. I haven't seen this spark in his eyes for so long. On the other side, Jungkook was standing nervously with Jin and Namjoon beside him. Jin, stop bouncing your leg. Jungkook, you all dig a hole in the ground. Namjoon, he's just nervous. It's his wedding day. Jungkook whispered, smiling. Jungkook, I still can't believe he said yes to me. Their parents were seated in the front row. Mrs. Kim, Tehang's mother, wiped the tears while holding Mr. Kim's hand. Mr. and Mrs. Jian were beaming with pride as they looked at their son's own soft piano music play, and everyone stood up, all its turned towards the entrance. There he was. Kim Tae-hoon walked down the aisle slowly with a soft smile, wearing a white suit and hold a small bunch of white to please his eyes spoke, and he looked straight at Jungkook. Jimin whispered to Yoongi, Jimin, he looked like an angel, Yoongi, and he walked towards the man who him like no other. Jungkook breathed gosh, he saw Taehyung coming closer. Jungkook whispering, so beautiful. When Taehyung rushed to alter, he stood beside Jungkook. Their eyes met, and for a second they would around them faded. The priest started their ceremony. Priests were gathered here today to celebrate the Kim Taehyung, Jungkook. Our love that's too strong. Third priest, do you John Jungkook take Kim Taehyung as lawful husband? Jungkook smiled, I do always. Priest, do you Kim Taehyung take John Jungkook as lawful husband? Taehyung soft eyes, I do forever. They exchanged ring and promise. Jungkook, I promise to protect your heart like my own, to be your strength when you weak, your smile when you sick, and your home when you feel lost. Taehyung was shaking. I promise to stand by your side, to trust you, to laugh with you, and love you with all that I am. Please, I now pronounce you husband. You may your Jungkook gently cupped Taehyung's face and leaned in there, touched a soft that made the crowd cheer and cry. Mr. and Mrs. Kim Jian hugged each other, cried tears of joy. After the ceremony, they cut the cake together. Kai Taehyung's brother held his wife's hand, and he watched the couple. Kai, I'm proud of him. He found his forever, his wife. He looked so happy. The wedding was over. The lights were soft now, and the house had become quiet. Everyone had gone to their room after a beautiful evening of laughing, dancing, and love. And upstairs, the door of the newly room flew open. Taehyung walked in first, still wearing his white suit, and he had take off the jacket and tie. Jungkook followed him, a warm smile on his face, holding Taehyung's hand. The room was decorated with rose petals on the bed, soft yellow fairy lights hanging near the curtain, and two candles light gently on the beside table. There was a scent of vanilla in the air. Everything felt soft, warm, and special. Taehyung smiled softly. This room feels like a dream. Jungkook whispered, you are my dream, Tae. Taehyung turned to look at him. His eyes sparkled and his heart was full. He had never felt this kind of peace before. Taehyung teasing, are you always this or just on wedding night? Jungkook laughed, only if with you. They both giggled like teenagers, still high from the they received all day. Jungkook took a deep breath and walked closer. Jungkook quietly, can I help you change? Taehyung nodded, stood still, and Jungkook gently reached out and the rest of his waist. His finger moved slowly, carefully, like he was handling the most precious thing in the world. Taehyung cheeks turned pink. Taehyung whispering, you are staring. Jungkook softly, I've been waiting so long to be this close. Let me look. Once the waist of Jungkook helped to take off the Jungkook, then stepped back. Jungkook, your turn. Then smiled and walked up to Jungkook. He gently tugged at his and pulled it over, revolving his. Then teasing, still the most handsome man I know. Jungkook grinned, and you are the only man I see. Taehyung sat on the edge of the bed. Jungkook came and sat beside him, wrapping his arms around Taehyung's waist. The silence fell between them again, a soft silence. Taehyung leaned back against Jungkook. Taehyung softly, I am a little nervous. Jungkook, so am I, but we can go slow, okay? Taehyung, I don't want anything more. Just hold me, Jungkook, always. And Jungkook gently lifted Taehyung and placed him in the center of the he turned off the beside lamp, letting only the soft candlelight glow. He slid in beside them, pulling the cover over them. They lifted their heart cloth, resting his head on Jungkook's chest. Your heartbeat is so far, Jungkook. It beat only for you. Look up at his eyes, beautiful and glad. You, Jungkook, you never need to ask. Their matter so tender. It was not rushed. It was pure and full of feeling for each other with care. The morning sun gently touched the curtain, light the cozy bedroom with the soft golden. It was quite peaceful, and the air still smelled like flower from the decoration. Suddenly, the alarm rang. Taehyung groaned softly. Already morning. He rubbed his eyes slowly and turned to the side. His eyes soft, and Jungkook was sleeping peacefully beside him. His face calm, lip parted slightly, hair messy but beautiful. The blanket was pulled up in his arm rested across Taehyung's side. Taehyung smiled. You look like a baby. Then gently lifted Taehyung's hand off his breast. Try not to wake him up. He sat up carefully and stretched his arm with arm. Taehyung mumbling, time to wash up. But just as he stood from the bed, his foot missed the cracked edge and thumb. Taehyung shouting, he slipped and fell straight into the wooden floor with a loud noise. Jungkook walking up, eyes wide. He quickly sat up, blinking fast, still half asleep. Jungkook, what happened? Taehyung was lying on the floor, holding his back and grinning. Taehyung, I fall. Oh. Jungkook rushed over. Are you okay? Did you hurt your leg? Jungkook gently helped him sit up. Taehyung's face was red but embarrassed, and his bottom hurt for both the fall and maybe a bit from too. I think I hurt my back. Jungkook teasing, it is the floor or me from night. Taehyung blushing, yeah, don't say that. They both burst into laughter, Jungkook pulling Taehyung into a warm hug. Jungkook, my poor baby, I'll carry you to breakfast. Taehyung, no way, I'll walk in, I'm fine. But when he stood up, Taehyung winced and walked with a little limp. Jungkook grinned, you sure about that? Taehyung, don't laugh. They changed into her soft morning clothes and walked downstairs slowly. Taehyung limping just a little. Jungkook stayed beside him, holding his hand like a proud husband. In the dining room, the aroma of fresh bread, egg, and warm soup filled the air. Mr. Jian, Taehyung's parents, Kai and his wife were already sitting at the table, chit-chatting softly. As soon as taekook entered, all eyes turned to them. Mrs. Jian noticed, oh, my grandson-in-law is limping. Taehyung tried to smile. Good morning, Emma. Jungkook quickly he fell off the bed in the morning. Mrs. Jian smiled. Is that so? Just then Jimin and Yoongi walked into the room, all smile and full of energy. Jimin cheerful. Good morning, newlyweds. Yoongi teaching to look at them, glowing like the sun. Jimin rushed over and hugged him tightly. Jimin, did you see play last night? Taehyung blushing. Yeah, except for falling this morning. Yoongi teasing, or maybe you are just Jimin eyes burdened. Wait, why are you limping? Mrs. Jian grinned. I was wondering that too. Taehyung eyes widened in panic. He tried to walk straight, but the slight limp gave it away. Jimin guessed indeed. Jungkook, were you out? Jungkook caused Hyung. Jimin teasing, hiding his face. Jimin, Mrs. Jian laughing louder. Oh my Taehyung, you are part of the family now, so I can tease you too. Young is marking. Don't worry, that limp is the mark of true love. Jimin giggled. Oh, true pain. Taehyung groaned. You guys are too words. Everyone laughed loudly. The table filled. The joyful teaching, and warm chit-chatter. That's what happened on the night. I hope you both enjoy it. Thought. Then gently holding hand, we did very much. Then sacrifice, it was special. They all began eating breakfast. Jungkook helped Taehyung sit comfortable and even handed him his bowl. Mrs. Jeon watching look at them, taking care of each other already. Mr. Jeon smiled. That's what marriage is. The young mom nodded, and true love doesn't need big things, just a small care like this. Jimin laughed close to Youngie and whispered with a grin, Jimin, I bet they were last night. Youngie smirked, I heard some noise thought the walls. Jimin so did someone wash? Taehyung covering Jimin's mouth, don't you dare. Jungkook laughing, let him speak. I want to hear what he heard. Jimin giggled. You were saying Tae softer and Tae was like cook. I can't. Youngie, okay, that's enough. Everyone at the table was red with laugh and embarrassment. Taehyung looked red to and hide. Taehyung whispering, why are my friend like this? Jimin hugging him because we They finished breakfast slowly. The air was full of giggles and playful teasing. After the meal, the family moved to the garden for the fresh air. Jungkook helped Taehyung walk to bench and sat down beside him. Jungkook feeling okay now. Taehyung, yeah, just don't let me fall tomorrow. Jungkook smiled. I'll hold you every morning. Taehyung, every if I limp again. Jungkook, then I'll carry you in my arms. Taehyung laughing on him. I love you. Jungkook kissing his I love you too.